What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Panda here. We have another episode of Dailies with Panda. We just logged in for the day. I had some other stuff, so I'm logging in a little later than normal. As you can see, it's 3:39 my time, about 2 hours after reset. I just did not have enough time to hop on at 1 o'clock. But yeah, we're just going to dive right in and see what we can do today. And welcome back. So let's just go ahead and dive right in. Just like the first video, we are just basically going to go through, do our dailies, and just kind of chit chat about sort of like where the game is, what the progress I've made over the last week, maybe talk about some of the current events that are in the game, etc. Could be pretty interesting, I think. The other one is actually coming out the day that I'm recording this. So I don't actually know how well it's being received, but I'm filming the second one because I just kind of wanted to get ahead of the game and get a second one filmed. I think these are going to probably be releasing every Friday, because I think that works out nicely because every Monday I'm going to be trying to release one of those special videos, right? One of the Panda Talks videos. And so, yeah, I think that that'll be kind of a good cadence. Double check and make sure we have all of our gear here on everybody. So you will see one of the cool things that we've gotten recently is we've actually picked up a Torador. He was part of our 1+1, which I know you're probably sitting here going, wait, but you didn't get the 1+1. Ha! I kept summoning because I'm a fool. Yeah, I kept summoning because I'm a fool, and to be honest, it worked out for me. I probably shouldn't have. I definitely would not advise you guys to do what I did, but I was so salty. I burned through all of my gems, all of my summons. I did everything I could to get every last little bit of summons out there, and yeah, it worked out. I ended up getting an Absinthe for my first, which I was super disappointed in, of course. But then my second one was a Torador, which was crazy. He is my second Lord, which is crazy to me because I literally just a few weeks ago had no Lords, and now I have 2 Legendary Lords. It's crazy to me. So, and of course we have the banner that's coming out this weekend with the 10x on Demi coming out. I don't think I'm gonna pull on that because Demi is good, but I have Morrigan already, and I'm pretty sure they're the same faction, so like kind of feels meh, right? Like kind of just feels like what would be the point of it, because Debbie would be better, but I think I'd rather save for a faction I don't have, right? Like a you know a Northerner Lord or something like that, right? An Infernal Lord, like another Twin Fiend or Sulcadens or something like that, right? I don't know though. Well, I'm still kind of feeling it out. I'm not sure if I'm gonna want to do that or not, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. It could be interesting. By the time you guys end up seeing this video, it'll actually be later, right? Because the first one that I recorded earlier is actually going to be coming out on like this Friday, and the next one, this one I'm recording now, will be coming out the following Friday. So it'll be a little bit behind, right? But I think it's just kind of a fun little like let's hang out, let's do, let's chill. Maybe you guys can watch this while you're doing your dailies, etc. And I think it's pretty interesting. But ultimately, though, I don't know what I'm going to do for banner this weekend. I'm still a little on the fence. I'm also, I know I'm not going to be pulling any blues or gem pulls because I need to recoup. I don't think I'm going to have a chance at Lust, which was a big mistake on my part, unless I get an insane amount of content creator rewards coming through. Which if we get it, cool. If we don't, then my fault, right? I made the mistake. I shouldn't have done that. But shit happens, and mistakes are made, and we move on from it, right? But ultimately, we have made a decent chunk of progress on the account. We had an artifact material raid event go on, and we got a good chunk of points so far in that, and we got some good artifacts out of it as well, which I think is probably the most important thing, right? And we'll show that after this, but we did get some good drops from there, and I'm really excited about it. It could have been better, but I really can't complain, right? The fact that we got some of the stuff that we were searching for is probably the biggest thing. Um, and that's really exciting to me that we were able to get something good, right? But Torador has, back to the whole Torador thing, Torador has actually made a pretty big difference in my guild boss team here. We definitely are still missing artifacts, are still a really big thing. But we're actually getting a lot of damage out of Valeria now because of Torador, which is really, really good. And also Hex is doing crazy good in comparison to Zillitu for some reason. Don't know why. I would think that Zillitu would still be out DPSing, but for some reason she's not, which is kind of crazy to me. Maybe I'm doing something wrong there. I don't know. But we'll just have to look. But let's go and collect all of our other rewards here. We'll do our shop purchases. Oh, no, let me buy it. Thank you. But yeah, I mean, it's been a relatively good week. In terms of like the lucks on the drops, etc. We've gotten pretty lucky in our store here as well. Gotten quite a bit of stamina refreshes and auto battles and things like that. I did stop buying auto battles with gems, which I know is something that I did talk about that I was going to start doing. And I think I'm going to continue to do it, but I'm only going to do it, when I have like a ridiculous excess. I need to do PvP for this. Jeez, what the heck? Ugh. But yeah, so I'll have to be smart about when I do it, right? Because I don't want to do it when I'm really low on crystals, for example. That would not be a very smart thing to do. We'll actually do this. This takes a long time, so we're not going to do that. But let's talk about kind of what's going on in the game right now. So at the moment, we have an Immortal Codex that's coming back next Monday, which is really exciting because I've gotten some cool stuff for Immortal Codex, which I'm really excited about. Again, we have this Demi and Eunomia banner, which this is why I'm not sure if I'm going to summon, right? Because Demi is really good, and Eunomia is really good. Demi is really good as well, but I don't know. It would feel bad if I got Demi when I already have Morrigan, right? But getting a Eunomia would be game changer when it comes to Immortal Codex. So I'm a little on the fence. I've gotten pretty lucky so far with my ancients recently, right? Pulling Admiral Claw and then followed by an Ajax. So I kind of feel like I'm probably not going to get much, but we'll look and see where we're at in terms of our current summons and kind of go from there. Of course, we do have Brave Conquest, the End of Luminant Sign-In, Odyssey of Dreams, and the Wizard Horde. And we've got some other stuff coming in soon. We've got its Corridor of Glory, Tales of the Smith, Duels of the Champion, another Brave Conquest coming in next week. And of course, we've got the 2X banners here. So nothing super crazy. Wizard's Horde is, of course, coming to an end. So if you haven't already done so, make sure you come in here, use your stamina, be online, etc. Odyssey of Dreams is also coming to an end. So make sure you come in here and do as many of these rotations as possible. Luminant Sign-In. Odds are, if you're playing the game reliably at all, you probably already have all 7 days. But if not, make sure you come in and get as many as you can. Duel of the Champions starting soon. Brave Conquest, I haven't done much since this started, so I need to come in here and hammer through. And then Corridor of Glory, again, starts a little later as well. And then in regards to Oracle's Trials, we've got a Rival Heroes starting and a Lost Legacy starting, and the AMR is ending. So make sure you go in there and get as much points as possible, etc., etc. But yeah, so in terms of summons, we just got this double, right? So we're literally 2 into pity. So there's I would have to almost guarantee to have to go to 250 pulls on Lust to be able to get her, because I just hit pity, right? Like, of course, there is obviously the chance that I do pull her. That's still definitely a possibility. But I only have 14 summons. I'll get another 7, so I have reliably 21 summons and almost no diamonds, right? Like I use all of my diamonds for a combination of AMR and summoning, right? So we're pretty much kind of we're out of everything at this point, which sucks, but it's part of the game, right? But like I said, we did get pretty lucky, right? We picked up Torador, which is really, really exciting. I love him. He is phenomenal. Very good in lots of different places. I built him up almost immediately. And then we got the where is he? The A1 for Absent. Which I don't know. I mean it's okay, right? When this Glory Recalled is active, you also get the Battle Spirit, which is the extra damage. So like it's okay, right? I mean it's not bad. I still don't think he's really that great, to be honest, but maybe he'll be a little bit better. He's not really on my list of things to build. I have a ton of other things I want to build before him. Like for example, Aurum is kind of on that list of people I want to build for the new tank Immortal Codex that's coming out. Shamir needs to be 6-starred for faction trials, right? You know, there's other people that I want to build out before him. So definitely not, you know, on the roster, but maybe we'll see. But then of course, so we talked about this artifact. So artifacts, we have a 3 Spirit Siphon, which I think I got one during this event. I might be wrong, but I think I got one of these. So we're coming close to getting our first Max Spirit Siphon, which is really exciting for Guild Boss. We also picked up another copy of COV, or Wailing Skull, which is really exciting. So we got this to plus 16. So we only need 3 more copies, which is still a lot, right? But we're making progress on this for Zilatu's damage. Maybe that's the reason why he does more, is because he has a better artifact. That could be why. And then we got, where is it? We got ourselves a Lunacy Visor. This is probably the most exciting pull out of everything, especially because of Immortal Codex, right? This means that my Cerberus is going to be able to actually survive, which means hopefully I can get a ridiculous score. We'll have to see. I do still need to put some skill ups into him, but he's definitely going to be moving up there in terms of viability because of picking up that Lunacy Visor. So I'm really, really excited about that. We did also get and build our Ajax, which I think we talked about me getting him, but I don't know if I had shown him build. I think I did because it was Guild Boss, right? I think I showed it in that video, but still super exciting. Then, of course, you guys saw the A1 Calypso, which I'm actually really hype about this as well, because again, even though it's not the A5, right? The A5 is probably the best, but the A1, she gets them stacked faster, right? Because when she gets her first ultimate, then every time she attacks, she's going to get another 5 rage. So she's going to be able to build her rage up faster. You know, more seal stones that she gets, which means she's going to get to that stacked end game a lot quicker than she does without the A1. So I am really excited about that. We do, of course, need to skill her up as well. We have a lot of people that need skill ups. So lots of stuff needs to happen there. But ultimately, though, the A1 on her is really, really good. I'm really excited about that. And then I think that's pretty much everything in terms of like stuff that we got from the polls. We didn't really get too much. We got a couple Gluttony copies. Where's my Gluttony? Yeah, we got, I think, 2 Gluttony copies. So we're at A3 on Gluttony now, which is kind of cool. I know that he's viable in the Immortal Codex. I don't know if he's someone I'm going to use, but he might be. I'm not entirely sure, because now that I have Vladov, I think that Vladov plus Aatrox and Cerberus is like pretty much everything I need. And then of course we also have the Valkyra here, right? So I don't know. We'll look into it. It's might be something that we do, but I'm not entirely sure. But odds are he probably won't make it onto the team. But we'll have to take a look and see once we get a little closer. Then one of the other big things that's happened since you guys saw me last was we got a second legendary soul stone, which is really, really exciting for a couple different reasons. One, it means I have 2 things that I can do. One, I can save both of them until I get a Sulcanens, right? Because you get that extra 5% ally damage, or a Twin Fiend for the 8% crit damage, right? I can go straight to A2 on any of these two if I were to pull them, which is really, really cool. Another thing that's possible is if I pull a second hex, or I guess technically a third hex, I could use one to get to a 3 on hex, right, for that extra damage, and still have one for the A1 on Sulcadens or Twin Feet. Same thing with Zillatu. If I happen to pull 2 Zillatus, then I can use one for the third Zillatu, for the A3 on Zillatu, and still have one for Twin Feet or Sulcadens. So there's a lot of potential movement there, a lot of potential progression, but it's kind of dependent on getting some other pulls. Like, theoretically, I could go and I could put 2 into Hex right now, and this would be insane, right? However, I don't necessarily think that that is the best use of my resources, because it'll be my luck that I'll do this A3, have no Soul Stone, and then I'll pull a Sulcadens or Twin Fiends, on the next Ancient banner. So we'll have to see what happens. I'm definitely going to hold on to them for now. But there's a lot of potential, right? I could get, for some reason, 2 or 3 copies of Calypso, right? And then be like, all right, let's take her to A5 because, that's crazy for Immortal Codex. There's a lot of things that could happen. Not sure how many of them we're gonna do, right? But there's a lot of things that could happen. And that's pretty exciting because I have that sort of like wiggle room on stuff that I can do. Let's quickly check out this. I want to see how well we did. We didn't do great, but we didn't do too bad. I'm pretty sure everyone was geared. Let me double check. Make sure that everyone was geared. Yeah. Yeah, everyone was geared. Let's see which team did good. So it was this bottom team. Unsurprised by this at all, that this was the team that did really well. We got 2 wins versus this guy and 1 win here. Let's take a look at the wins, and then we'll take a look at the losses, and that's probably what we'll end up ending. Okay, yeah, so he just used flyers and was able to get past me. Yeah, I think flyers are like the one weakness. Oh wait, actually no, this was a win, wasn't it? Because I don't think Valkyra does Valkyra hit flyers? I don't remember. I'm not sure if Valkyra hits flyers. Yeah, no, she doesn't hit flyers. Yeah. That's what I was worried about, is that she doesn't hit flyers. So yeah, that's the one thing about this comp that sucks, is if Boreas doesn't get enough damage on the units, there's no one else to handle flying units, right? Like, that's probably the biggest thing. Because she doesn't hit those. Which I'm gonna assume this probably what happened here. Let's see what this victory was. Was this just them throwing random stuff at me? Yeah, so I feel like flying is the only way to beat this comp. To be honest, I don't think I could lose any other way. But maybe I'm wrong. I might be totally wrong. But we're making really, really good defensive choices here. I do want to watch this and kind of see, because it looks like they just kind of rocked this top team. So I want to see. I might need to make some changes here. Oh, he used the new Pharaoh guy. Ooh, double Pharaohs. Yeah, these Pharaoh guys are kind of really strong, from what I understand. Is he just going to win because they're just going to walk through? Yeah. He's going to win literally because they just walked through. Just don't have enough damage. I think I need to get some single target damage on this team. I think that's what's different here. Man, if only I had like a Silas. If I had a Silas, man, it'd be a game changer for my account. That would be crazy for Guild Wars specifically, but also like other game modes as well, right? I think that's one of the things that needs to change for this top team, is like maybe I just take out Ajax and I put in a single target DPS. That might need to be what happens. I don't know though. We'll take a look at it. We're probably going to do a GVG video later. This is just kind of like a, hey, let's look and see what we got kind of thing. Um, oops. But yeah, I mean, I think that that's pretty much it. There's not really much else I wanted to talk about. We have the reset here, which is cool. But yeah, I mean, it's been pretty fun. I've been enjoying the game. I am definitely playing the game a little more passive now, mainly because I just don't have any gems, right? It's kind of like the biggest thing. I do really like this new max function, by the way. If you don't already know that, you can click this and it will take you to the max runs you can do with the energy that you currently have access to, which is pretty exciting. I don't have to worry about dragging until I hit the right number or whatever, right? But yeah, I think that that's probably going to be it for me today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Let me know you liked the video. Make sure to leave a comment down below with, did you, I guess, because again, this video is going to come out later, did you summon on the weekend banner that's coming out tomorrow? Or the ancient banner that's coming out the day after? But yeah, let me know if you guys summoned. I think it's a good weekend to summon if you don't have if you don't already have a Demi, a Eunomia, or you don't have a Morrigan, right? Because even if you have a Morrigan, it might be worth it. I'm not sure. I'm probably gonna have to watch Fasty's video on that because I don't know if I'm gonna summon. I don't have a ton of summons, right? I think I only have like 8 or 9. So I might have enough for 110 pull, and maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe that's what I'll do because I've only pulled about 80, I think, ancient so far. So I'm still very, very far away from pity. And the two champions that I have gotten that were legendaries from there were not lords. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. We'll have to think about it. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for me today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can see all my content in the future. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.